Wrong shoe. Good morning. Welcome to Yellow Door Urban Homestead. I am Asia and I'm an urban gardener growing in a small space in my backyard. It is a rainy day here. It is not freezing. The coat is just because I needed a hood. But I gotta go check on the chickens, gotta go check on the quail. It's been raining all morning. I'm hoping that it slows down because if you remember, I told you I wanted to move my blueberry bush. And while it is not completely dormant, I think like this is a perfect time. It's been raining off and on for the last 3 days. I think the soil would be awesome for it. And so I'm probably gonna get into that today out in the rain. But right now, I'm gonna go check on the chickens. Surprisingly, everyone is good. Like, nobody needs water or food. I did give the chickens some treats, but that's just because I like to give them treats. Okay, so I am gonna go ahead and move that bush. All right, so blueberries like acidic soil. And so when I first planted these, I planted them with coffee grinds and peat moss. I don't have any peat moss. And then I also switched over to this holly food. So holly food is for like azaleas and things, but it helps the soil to be a little bit more acidic. So I'm going to grab a little bit of compost. I'm gonna put a little bit of this holly food in the hole, and then I'm gonna hope for the best. But I just think today with all of this rain, it will help it to settle. This is, I think, probably the first one that I planted, like the first blueberry plant that I got. So it did well. They all would do well if I covered them and didn't let the birds eat them, which I'm gonna try to do way better in 2023. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and move that. Hopefully we get this blueberry bush moved quickly, because while it's not like cold just to be outside, I'm sure it's gonna be cold out here digging up a tree. So the rain is to a drizzle, so I figured I'd bring you down here with me while I dig this hole. And the digging is way easier right now because it's rained so much. I think this was the perfect time. We'll find out next year when it's time for this plant to give me some blueberries. So I'm gonna grab the water hose and I'm gonna water that in. So when you plant a potted plant, you normally wanna make the hole like 2 times bigger than a plant pot. But I took a lot of those roots, and so I'm not worrying about that. It was a pretty established plant anyway, so I'm not gonna worry about that. I think this bush should do fine. So I'm gonna get the water hose, I'm gonna water it in. Even though it is raining, I still think that I should water that in because I have moved it. And so the rain can just be more water. Let me show you the other hole, which, that's the other hole. Wasn't super deep. And so I'm gonna use the, my native soil that I took out of that other hole, put it back in here, and then I'm gonna cover this with some cardboard. Also, forgot about the compost. So I'm gonna grab some compost out of the compost pile and top dress this plant with compost, and then I'm gonna water it in. So I'm taking a little break, but because like it's not super cold and the conditions are pretty good for replanting things or planting things like trees, I am going to go ahead and replant the Comfrey, but it started raining. I don't know if y'all can see it on camera. So I'm gonna take a short break, and then once the rain lets up a little bit, I'm gonna go back out there and plant that comfrey that's in a pot over in the orchard section. So it stopped raining. We do still have a little bit of wind, but I'm gonna go ahead and do the comfrey plant. Had to run out, hence the outfit change. But also want to tell you all, Home and Garden Trends is having a 20% off sale on this chair. So you can use my discount code MSASIA, MSASIA, and you can get 15% more off. I'm gonna use it because I have to get down on the ground to replant this comfrey. Perfect for me, and I have all my tools on the side. So if you remember, there was already a comfrey plant here, but I think I did a horrible job at watering this year. And so that comfrey plant is gone and I need to replace it. So I'm just gonna dig a hole over here. So there's actually like 3 comfrey plants in here. So I'm gonna just put them wherever I can over in this section. So I'm just gonna go down into the soil, loosen up the roots. That's one plant right there. They have very deep root systems. They can also be divided. You can see right here. This came from one plant. That's one there. That's another one there now. You can separate them. Uh-oh. Like, see that? That's a plant and that's a root. If I pulled these up, took the plants off, I could save the root part and just keep replanting it. They are plants that can be separated. One plant will make you a whole bunch more. And I'm not putting anything down in this hole. I'm really not trying to feed the plant per se, because it's about to go dormant anyway. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and call that a day. I'm not gonna try to beat the rain anymore today. So I hope that this video was helpful. I hope that there was something in here that could help you. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to visit me over on Instagram, where I post about the things going on in the garden almost every day. Bye, y'all.